what we have at St Nicholas is the opportunity to really understand where your child sits so that we can plan for their future. So we understand that no two families are the same. It means that your individual child is planned for and catered for.
Our transition to school program here at St Nick's is based on a strengths-based approach with the children's interests, needs, abilities all catered for. So we view the children holistically, which means getting an understanding of who they are, their learning styles, and then we respond accordingly to that. We try and encompass elements into our transition to school program here that the children will be faced with when they go to a formal school setting.
Some really practical strategies that you'll start to see are things like getting children to understand writing has a purpose. You might start to see things like school uniforms in the dress-up corner, how to pack their backpack, how to open their lunch boxes. So you might start to see things like lunchbox days popping up, or getting children to respond to their own cues for thirst and hunger.
We go over to the school and have a look at the environment, what a school setting involves, the canteens, the library, and even we just go over and sit and listen to the school bell. And yeah, the children just sort of get an understanding and a sense for what formal schooling is about, and they become confident in that new environment. They learn that that environment is safe and secure for them, so then when they finally go to kindergarten, they actually have an understanding that they do belong there, they feel comfortable, and then their learning is escalated. Another benefit of having that close relationship with the local schools is that the children experience lower levels of anxiety and stress and confusion, so they feel safe with this new environment, and then they're ready to take on new risks and challenges as they present themselves. We get a lot of feedback from the local schools telling us that they can clearly see the children that have been involved in our transition to school program. They can often spot and say, oh, those children have come from St Nick's, they're a lot more calm, they're centred, they have that sense of ownership over this new environment, and they're ready to sit and learn.
Our services are being coached and mentored by people with primary school backgrounds. So we understand what it looks like from a kindergarten perspective and what it looks like from an early childhood perspective, so that when you ask us what does a child need to be school ready, we can tell you what that looks like.
So our educators of our transition to school program are uni qualified as well, and that's a big thing for us that we do pride ourselves on. These teachers have a lot of experience along with their qualification and the experience with preschool age children, so they have that understanding of what children should be achieving, what they need to achieve, and how they need to be supported during that year before they go on to formal schooling. And then that also helps us. We have that requirement set with the school. We go into the schools and ask them what do they have as a benchmark for us, what would they like for us to be exposing the children to help with that transition, and we're able to employ that in our program here as well.